Hi, I'm Alex,
And I'm Tim.
and this is Twinfluenced, our podcast with hot takes and unfiltered thoughts about everything pop culture and current.
Join us every Tuesday.
And get Twinfluenced. Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of Twinfluenced. We got a special edition for you today. Today we are going to take a break from pop culture and events and just do a little friendship episode today.
Friendship episode.
Hey, friendship. It's the best thing ever, except for best friendship, which is a little better. You mean a lot better. I mean a lot better.
That's for Family Guys on it. Copyrighted.
All right, so today is a special friendship episode where we are going to be asking each other questions just to get to know each. We don't really know each other that well.
We never met before.
We just met when we started this podcast, so we want to get to know each other better. We figured this would be a good opportunity for you guys to also get to know us better as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. Timmy, I'll start with the first question, unless you want to start with your question.
No, please start.
My first question: who do you think Bethany Frankel voted for in the 2024 election?
I think she voted for Donald Trump. I think you're right. And I know we're not supposed to get political, but I think that's shameful.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, if your house was on fire, what's the first thing you would grab?
My guinea pig.
Okay.
What about you?
My dog.
Our animals. I think that's a short answer.
Right.
Speaking of animals, if you could be an animal, which would you be?
I would be an elephant. Because I love elephants. I just think they have I think they're very intelligent and they're playful and they have strong family values.
And you're almost there.
Wait. How am I almost their size? You're huge.
I know. My nephew tells me that all the time. Yesterday, he was like, I stood up. You're so huge. You're bigger than mommy and daddy. And I think he equates huge with height
And age. You're 71. You're huge.
Yeah. If you were an elephant, I would hunt you for your ivory.
It's illegal.
I would break the law.
You shouldn't hunt elephants for ivory, as I said in the past.
Does your advocacy for extend to rhinos?
Yes, I think we should protect rhinos too. I don't like them as much, but I'm just against animal poaching in general.
Me too. I would be a blue jay because, like blue jays, I am beautiful and an asshole.
One of those is definitely true. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The meal I made for us today.
For real?
Yeah. Which for those that
I would not want that for the rest of my life.
It's the breakfast I eat every day, which is eggs with cheese and chicken sausage and keto toast with coffee.
I would want to eat steak tacos with sour cream and veggies in it for the rest of my life, and cheese.
Describe yourself in 3 words that are 7, 8, and 9 letters respectively.
What? I did not do that. I cannot do the letters part.
That's the point of the question.
Describe myself in 3 words. There are 7 words, 8 words, and 9.
7 letters, 8 letters, and 9 letters respectively.
I don't know. This is going to take me forever to figure out. I'm friendly. I'm just gonna say words that match the numbers.
Yeah,
What if it doesn't describe me?
It does not describe you.
I'm is anxious. How many letters is an anxious?
ANXIOUS. That's 7.
Okay, that's my first one is anxious.
I'm um oh my gosh, what else? Um
How many words is in overthink? Letters, is it?
OVERTHINK 9.
Okay, so that's my 9.
Okay.
8. I don't know.
Use ChatGPT.
No, I'm not gonna use ChatGPT. I'm gonna say studious.
Okay, great.
Okay. If you could live in, well, now you have to do.
I don't want to do it. It was not my question. It was my question. You didn't ask me that one.
Oh my god. If you could live in any fictional universe, what would it be?
Fictional universe? The DC universe.
I-
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Can you explain why?
Because I like the DC superheroes, and I would be one or a villain. I'd be an anti-hero.
You would kill people? Okay, don't answer that yet. I said that I would want to be in the Nintendo universe, the Super Mario universe.
And race.
And do all the things. Race, play tennis, go on
Which kingdom would you
adventures.
live in?
The mushroom. I'd be a toad.
I would be Toad.
I'd be a toad. Just a character in the background.
Okay.
Or a Luma. I'd want to be a Luma.
But that's not the Mushroom Kingdom. That's space.
Okay, fine. I live in space.
Okay.
You gotta be quicker when out.
Have you ever kissed someone in a crowded room and everyone of your friends is making fun of you, but 15 seconds later they were clapping too?
Is that a song?
It's just a question.
No.
Me neither.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay, this ties back to what I asked before.
Okay.
But not really. If you had a get out of jail free card, what crime would you commit?
Money laundering?
Me too. I would say embezzlement is what I would do. Okay, this is a follow-up. If you could kill anyone for free, who would you kill?
For free?
Yeah, like no consequences.
Nobody.
Wow.
I have no desire to kill.
Me neither.
Oh, this is what D-list celebrity would you want to star next to in your breakthrough role?
Similar to my question I'm gonna ask you. I would want to star in a Margot Robbie movie.
That's a good. No, D-list.
Oh, a D-list? Is that what was said?
What D-list celebrity would you want to star next to in your breakthrough role?
Oh my god. Who's a D-list celebrity?
That part of the joke is
Oh, I would
whoever
drag
you-
someone. Oh my god. I'm gonna say, oh, a D-list celebrity. I'm trying to think. Who I'm gonna say Lexi Demi. Alexi Demi
Who's that?
from Euphoria.
Oh,
Alexa Demi?
is that the? Who does she play?
Maddie.
She's horrible.
She's just the only one I could think of. Oh, I want my answer to be Z-Way.
That's who I would. That's to me. In my head. That's immediately who came in my head. Do you want to rephrase it?
Yeah. Can you ask the question again?
What D-list celebrity would you want to star next to in your breakthrough role?
I would want to be with Z-Way.
Yeah. I see that for you. I want to be next to Claudia Oshry.
Who?
The toast? Turdaloo?
No, not the toast.
Turdaloo?
I don't watch the toast.
That's who I would.
I don't get it.
It doesn't get you.
No, it doesn't. What celebrity would you want to be reincarnated as?
Like as someone?
For their child. Like their child.
Oh. Taylor Swift.
For me, Margot Robbie.
Or Nicki Minaj.
Why Nicki Minaj? I wouldn't want to be associated with Nicki Minaj.
I love Nicki Minaj. I'll always be. Either one of them would be good.
Nicki Minaj is
And I don't even need to defend it.
Nicki Minaj needs to get her life together.
Her life's been together. And what's your life not?
This is my life.
Exactly. If you were a character on The Office, what would your job be? Where would you sit? Who would you be friends with? And who would you talk shit about in the break room?
I would talk shit about Dwight and Jim, probably.
And what would your job be? Where would you sit?
I would probably sit in the back where Kelly said.
The annex?
Yeah, and I don't know what my job would be. I'd probably just be like an administrative assistant or something.
The who, though?
Probably Pam.
An administrative assistant to the administrative.
Yeah. Just like the office.
She's the office manager.
She's not.
She's the office administrator.
Yeah, so I'd be under her as the administrative assistant. You just get Pam.
Who would you be friends with?
Probably Phyllis and Pam, Angela. I probably would not be friends with Angela because she's really, yeah. Probably Phyllis and Pam and Aaron and Kelly.
I probably would hate talking to Aaron.
I would probably be like, oh, okay. Well, she would just talk and be like, oh, okay.
I'd be like, crazy eyes. What would my job be? I'd probably be like in fucking. If I was working at the office, I probably got stuck in HR or something, doing customer service. So I'd probably find myself in the back in the annex too.
Yeah.
And I would definitely become best friends with Kelly, but I would also be friends with Angela because I could see us shit talking both Oscar and I feel like Oscar and I would have a rivalry of like who's the smartest because it's like I'd be like he's just so arrogant, and then I'd be best friends with Angela, and then we would talk shit about Kevin all the time. We'd be like, how does he even have a job here? It's like he's like the boss's son or something. Like we would just talk mad shit about Kevin, and we would talk so much shit about our boss Michael, and we would just be like, I'm quitting. It would be the two people that are like, I'm quitting. And she's like, I'm quitting. It's like, I'm quitting. I can't work for this jackass anymore. And it would just be, but neither of us would ever quit.
Did you see that they're making like the paper show? Are you gonna watch that?
Of
I saw
course.
Oscars in that.
They all like make cameos, I think.
I'm not gonna
I'm
watch
gonna
it.
watch it.
I'm not really an Office fan.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay. F, Marry, Kill. Are you ready? Nicki, Megan, Cardi B.
Nicki, Megan, Cardi B. Marry Nicki. F Nicki. Kill Megan and Cardi B.
That's horrible. You're horrible. This is what I would do. I would kill.
No one asked. I didn't ask what would you do. That wasn't my question towards you. Which of these? Oh, that's kind of funny. All right, go ahead.
No, you didn't ask.
Just do it, because that's just. I have a really funny. It's funny how this lined up.
My God.
So now you have to say what you were gonna say.
I would kill Nicki. I would F Cardi and marry Megan.
Okay. So you marry Megan. So which of these three things do you never play about? Yourself, your money, or your man?
That's my money.
Damn. No, myself. I'd be very frivolous with my money.
Me too. If the zombie apocalypse happened What would you bring with you to survive, and how long do you think you'd last? I think I would rather just die.
What would I bring to survive? My car? How long do I think I would last? As long as I got gas in the tank, right? Till I run out of oil. My car leaks oil.
Oh God. You're just gonna lead it right to you.
I could light it on fire and burn them. I would find Jenna Fisher and I would stick with her. Because she's prepared.
That's weird.
You gotta listen to Office Ladies. Wait, it's my question now.
Yeah, it is.
Where were you January 6, 2021?
My home watching it on TV.
Watching what on TV?
The insurrection. I thought it was horrible. They should all be in jail.
They were.
And they should still be.
Do you really want to know where I was January
6th? I already know where you were January 6th. I saw you on TV.
False.
What's your favorite dish?
I like coffee mugs. Because you can hold them. And they have travel mugs now. They have different ceramic mugs you can use in the morning.
Great.
How about you?
I like tacos and
I like steak. Complete the analogy. Chapel Roan is to the Pink Pony Club as Timo is to
the Broke Bitches Club.
no, it has to be like a real place.
Oh, a real place? I don't know. Buenos Nachos.
Alright, so say the whole thing together.
Chapel Roan is to the Pink Pony Club as Timo is to the Buenos Nachos.
Oh my god. That's good.
Okay.
We have a lot of food-based questions.
Apparently. What's your biggest fear?
What's my biggest fear? Failure.
Well, you already did that, so why are you still afraid? What's your biggest insecurity?
My stomach.
Me too.
Would you describe yourself as a spoon, fork, or a knife?
It's actually a really good question. I think I would love to be a fork because you're multifaceted, many purposes, but you also
Big word for Elmo.
yeah,
Didn't even
you
think of it. I had to think of it for you.
I thought of it, I didn't say it. And you have to be sharp and you have to know when to prod, but you can also nurture and feed. But I think I'm really spoon. Cause I'm flat and round.
I think I'm also a fork. Cause
You what? Okay. Do you have wigs?
no.
Will you have? Oh, will you?
I'm open to it.
Okay. When will you wear wigs?
If you got to cast a new Real Housewives franchise, where would you do it and who would you cast to be on it?
I don't know who I would cast because I don't know who, but I'd obviously do Chicago. Real Housewives of Chicago. I don't know who would be in the cast.
They don't have even one person, like one shard in Chicago, and that really stands out too. That should be on it. That is.
No, I don't know who lives in Chicago.
Who's like an iconic person of Chicago?
Comment below.
Comment below who's iconic. Who's an iconic rich woman of Chicago that should be on the Real Housewives of Chicago?
Okay. If you had 1 year left to live, what would you do with your time?
And I knew like exactly when I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I would quit all my jobs. I would drop out of school. I would rack up a bunch of credit card debt and take out a bunch of loans and just live my life to the fullest as if I made it. Because when I die, I won't have to pay that back.
No, I would literally do the same thing. Like, I'm dropping out of school, I'm quitting my jobs, I'm blowing all my money, and just buying everything.
I'm blowing all of your money. Blowing the American taxpayers' money.
So you're the government.
Yeah. Does it feel like everything is just like second best after that meteor strike?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Does it feel like everything's just like second best after that meteor strike? And what's that?
Is this a
that is her song that you're still with her? That's right. I guess that's what's suitable and right for tonight. Okay. I will ask you a question.
No.
What do you really want to know where I was January 6th?
I don't know what to even say to that, so I'm gonna move on. Do you have a brain? Why don't you act like it?
That's not the question you're asking me. Rude. Is the thumbs up emoji passive aggressive?
Yes.
Really?
I think, okay, if you're sending like a thumbs up emoji by itself, that is passive aggressive. If you're just liking a text, which is a thumbs up emoji, that's not passive aggressive. I think that's just like a normal way to like be like, okay, yeah, I saw your text, I'm ending the conversation. Like, great, I like it. But to send like the actual thumbs up as a separate text, I think that is passive aggressive. Personally.
I don't think it's passive aggressive. So I was gonna ask, my follow-up question was which emoji is passive aggressive, but you're saying 10 toes down on the thumbs up?
I think that's one of them.
What's your most used emoji?
Let's look at
Yeah.
my guess is the skull.
My guess is the blue heart.
Yeah, mine's the skull, and then followed by the shrug, and then the crying, and then the single tear.
For the listening audience, I don't know what mine is, but for the audience watching on YouTube, I will plug in. And if you're listening, why don't you pause the episode, go to YouTube, and I'm gonna clip in my most used emoji on YouTube. So why don't you look there?
Okay. If you could be on any reality show, what would you want to be on?
Any reality show?
Yes. No limits.
I would want to be a Real Housewives. I would want to be cast on the Real Housewives of Chicago. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Me too. I want to be on Ultimate Girls Trip.
But if I get
need to be on the show, I just want to witness it.
I want to be. No, I want to be on the show. But if I get limited based on my gender, then Survivor, I guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go on Survivor. I'd want to go on the Traders.
But you have to be already famous to do that.
Not in the UK version.
What concert do you regret not going to?
Lizzo's special tour.
I regret not going to Taylor Swift's Reputation Stadium tour.
Big reputation. Big reputation.
Ooh, you and
We will
me
be a
got
big conversation. That was really good. We ate.
We ate.
What's that? What she ate? Onika burgers. Dude. If someone made a museum of your life, what are some things that would be on display?
My bird collection, my Taylor Swift friendship bracelets, my Taylor Swift posters, my podcast studio setup replicated in the museum. A mock make of my turtle aquarium filled with fake water.
Fake water.
Yeah, like a resin. It'd be resin and it'd be fake aquarium. My tarot cards, my incense, Yankee candles, all my clothes modeled on a beautiful mannequin. That's me. It's me and a mannequin. Pictures of me everywhere.
It's scary.
What else? I guess maybe of some of my favorite movies.
Just like playing on the TV.
Sure. Oh, Taylor Swift nonstop. Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj nonstop. That's the music that plays. And some Adele. Some parts will have Adele.
What are your top 3 music artists?
Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, and Gracie Abrams.
That's crazy. For a long time, my top 3 was Britney Spears, Adele, and Sia. But now I'm thinking more like Chappell Roan, and then Britney Spears and Sia, and Adele is number 4. And ABBA, I love ABBA.
I love Adele. I love Chaperone. I love. Sia's okay. Did you say Lizzo?
I do love Lizzo, but she's probably number 5.
My last question. What's your favorite memory of me?
I don't have many good ones.
Oh, man.
My favorite memory of you. Probably when we were hiking and you and our sister were walking down the mountain and you said coming in hot, and you ran into her and you fell down. That's probably my favorite. What is your favorite memory of me? This is not my official question.
Well, when I wrote it, I was thinking like just like the stuff that we do now, like making the podcast, and also just like when we go, like we went to got lunch last week, and just when we go to the store together. Like I just really like the mundane stuff because we never would have done that like 5 years ago, 6 years ago,
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Do you think we're closer than ever? No.
But that's all I have. You have one more
I have
question?
one more. What would you do when you okay so he said yes would go? We're going to do a game of Would You Rather, and we're just going to do like 10 questions. I'm just going to read them to you.
Okay.
Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
What good was 10 minutes? Like, this is a one-time thing?
I mean, I don't think it's a one-time thing.
Like
I think it's like you can look into the future, but only 10 minutes into the future.
but whenever I want to look 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think I'd rather do that too.
I don't care about 150.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Okay. Would you rather have telekinesis or telepathy?
Telekinesis.
Me too. I'd be evil.
I'm just lazy as fuck.
Me too. Okay, would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
I don't need to be forced. I'll seek both.
I knew you were that. You'll do both.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
I'd rather win the lottery next year because I already found true love.
Oh, wow. Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
I'd rather be in a coma for a decade.
Me too. Because then at least if you go to jail, you might not be able to get a good job.
Well, if you're in coma for
You can't vote
if
if you're a felon.
well, if you're in a coma for a decade, that's like an eternity where you're in the afterlife, where you get to step outside your body.
That's what you think.
And learn.
That's not necessarily true. Would you rather have 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush? Do you want to skip that one?
Wait, what? 10 years with like an extra 10 years?
Yeah, another 10 years.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Would you rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
I'd rather be chronically overdressed.
Me too.
There's no more embarrassing feeling than when you're underdressed for an event. Because then you feel like, I guess you feel like you stick out either way. But it's just like more noticeable if everyone's dressed up and you're like it's a black tie event and you wore a polo shirt. Like, I would be petrified.
Yeah. I'd rather overdress too. Because I feel like that's so embarrassing.
That's how I feel.
Would you rather lose your sight or your memories?
Memories.
Me too, because then I can listen to Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess again.
I could listen. Right. Okay. Now that's the last one we'll do, but there are more. Okay, thank you, Timmy, for that. We are going to move on to our next segment, which is our final segment, as usual, moral dilemma. And for this episode, we have a special write-in. All right, we have a special write-in letter today. Hi, Twinfluenced. I'm a big fan of the show. I love your clips on TikTok at twinfluencedpod. My moral dilemma is I've been seeing this guy for a while now, and I'm really into him, except I hate the way he dresses. Does this make me superficial? What should I do? Thanks, Jackie from Indiana.
Okay, it doesn't make you superficial at all. I think that's totally reasonable. I think that it's normal to hate the way people dress and I think that what you could do is you could just start like buying him clothes that you would want him to wear, and then he'll probably wear it because you bought it for him.
Well,
That's just one way.
She says I've been seeing him for a while, but it's like, how long is a while? Because at the end of the day, that's kind of like a long haul to buy clothes, to like totally revamp someone's wardrobe. That's like a long-term, long haul game. At the end of the day, if he hasn't got the style, but he's got the personality, then maybe you could stick with it. But if he's lacking in other areas, then I would say it's time to just go. It's time to leave. Of course, you always have the option, and that is to just do nothing and deal with it.
I think that you could are there other flaws in the relationship and we're just using the style as an excuse? Or is it just the style? Because that's something that can be easily changed. Your style can always be modified.
You can't. Someone can modify it for you.
Yeah,
You cannot change your own style.
Is that dig?
I mean, but it could be. But I agree. It doesn't
or
make it
another.
superficial.
Right. I don't think it's superficial at all. But one way or another, it can be changed. Or not.
Or not. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Perfect. All right. I think that's all we have for today. All right. Thank you for tuning into today's special edition episode. Be sure to follow us on Twinfluenced. Wait, what? Thank you for tuning in to today's special edition episode of Twinfluenced. I'm Alex. Be sure to follow us on TikTok at twinfluencedpod. Be sure to follow our show wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to leave us 5 stars. Be sure to follow me at alexjamesmiller on TikTok. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube at Twinfluenced. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Bye.